It's hard to keep up with all y'all stuff. Okay. How about, let's look at F. No, let's do E, and then we'll do H, E and H. Okay, this is what we learned how to do yesterday, where you have the fractional exponents. Do you remember what the denominator is? The root of the tree, remember? And then what's the numerator?
Power.
The power, okay? So we're going to rewrite this with a radical sign, and this is what root here?
Second.
Which is really just the square root, isn't it? So you don't really have to put the 2 on the square root, but we do anyway. And like you can or you cannot do it. It doesn't matter. And then the power would be 1. So what is the square root of 9?
3.
And 3 to the 1 is
3.
3. So that's just equals 3. 9 to the 1/2 equals 3. Okay, and then,
Just kidding.
okay. How about H? What does it mean if it's negative?
Put it over for
Okay, so 1 over 9 to the 3/2. Now, how do we write 9 to the 3/2 with a radical sign?
square root.
Okay. Your denominator is your root, and then to the what power? Your numerator is your power.
3 times 3 times 3.
Okay, so 1 over the square root of 9 is 3. So 3 to the third is 3 times 3 times 3, which is what? 27. This is 1 over 27. Now, I put a lot of steps in there. You don't have to put all the steps. But you can if you need to.
Hey, Ms. Walton.
Mm-hmm.
You can do some of the front ones.
I'm not done yet. Okay, let's go to C. How would you rewrite 16 to the 1/2?
Square
Square
root
root
of
of
16.
And what's the square root of 16? I'm going to not put the 2 this time. 4. Right. That equals 4. Okay, then let's go to G. 16 to the negative, is that a 3 or it's a 3, isn't it? 16 to the negative 3/4. Okay, how would you start it?
Over
1
1.
over 4th root.
4th root of 16 to the 3rd power. Very good. Now, 4th root of 16. That means a number multiplied by itself 4 times. So what times and what times and what times and what? 2? What's 2 times 2?
4
Times 2
8.
times 2.
16.
Okay. So this would be 1 over 2 to the 3rd. Okay, so then 2 to the 3rd means 2 times 2 times 2.
8.
Be 1 over 8. Okay, and then we're going to do, I'm going to do one of these from 3 and 4. Now, this mainly, 3 and 4, is a review of your exponent rules. What do you do when you multiply exponents together? Right here. You add them. What do you do when you divide numbers? You subtract them. Okay, what about when you have an exponent out here?
You distribute.
You distribute. Okay, so you multiply them together. Okay. All right, so let's do C on number 4. 4C. Okay, so what are we going to do with this little 5 out here? Okay, we'll multiply the 5 to the 1/2. Do we bring the 5 to the 4?
No.
Why not?
Because it's
Not in the parentheses. Okay, so we're going to have 4M, and then 1/2 times 5, if you put a 1 underneath the 5, get 5 halves. Well, we're not done. You're getting there. Okay. Times. Now this 1/2 is going to go to the 9 and the m to the 6 because the 9 is in the parentheses. So we have 9 to the 1/2, m to the, let's leave it as 6 halves because we're going to combine it with this other m. Okay, so what is 9 to the 1/2? 3. Okay. How did you get that?
It's the square root.
It's the square root of 9, isn't it? Okay, so that would be 3. So we have 4 m to the 5/2 times 3 m to the 6/2. What do you do with the 4 and the 3?
Multiply.
Multiply. So it'd be 12. What do you do with the m's?
You add the exponents.
So 5/2 plus 6/2 is,
11.
okay, you can leave it like that.
If we have halves and they reduce down to whole numbers.
You want to go ahead and reduce it. Okay? So like if you have m to the 4/2, what does that reduce to? M to the what? What's 4/2? Yeah, you want to go ahead and reduce that to m squared at the end. Okay. Okay, now let's look at part 5. All you're doing here is you're not solving anything or simplifying anything, you're just rewriting it. If it's given to you as an exponential, you rewrite it with roots and powers. So how would you rewrite 7 to the 1/2?
Do you want us to put the 2 in there with you?
No, you don't have to. I need to quit putting it in there. You won't ever see it in there. Okay. How about B, going backwards?
X to the 3.
5/3.
Is it 5/3 or 3/5?
I said 5/3.
It's a 5/3. That's right. Because your root is your bottom number. Your power is your top number. Okay, so you see how to do those? Now let's look at number 6A. And then I'm going to let you go. If you have any questions, I'll help you. But
We didn't go back.
no, we're just doing this first page. X to the, what do you do with the exponents?
You add.
You add them, but can we add 1/2? Can't add 1/2 3/4. We have to get a common what?
So can you do like
Denominator.
So it's 2
Can you change it?
Change that to 2/4. So you have 2/4 plus 3/4 is 5/4. Everybody okay with that? All right, now it said to write it with expressions involving roots and power. So we need to change this to
Fourth root.
Square root.
Fourth root.
what kind of root?
4th root.
X.
4th root of x to the what power?
Fifth.
There you go. So it'd be like that. Okay, go back up, start with number 1, and work your way down.
Wait, if it's decimals, do you just add those together?
You can add them.
Okay.
Then you still have to write it as with roots and powers though.